It is me, Nirvana Nokwe-Mseleku, and I just wanted to talk to you about something that I discovered about myself. By the way, it's Truthful Tuesday, and it's my first video of Truthful Tuesday, a series that I want to start on things that I've been discovering about the world and myself. So yeah, I'm South African. I'm a Zulu girl, a Zulu princess. That's what I consider myself. And plus, yes, actually I'm from royalty. But that's besides the point. I am a patriot of my country, although I don't support many of the things that are happening, like the negative stuff like crime. And yeah, I love my culture. I love my hair. I love my skin. I love my mother tongue, isiZulu, ukhuluma isiZulu, and yeah, I'm trying to give you a backstory just to show you a bit of contradiction in what I'm about to say. So I chose not to edit this today because I want to keep it raw and I don't have time to edit. I have to go do shopping with my mothers. So yeah, I'm just gonna read this. I wrote this yesterday at around 7:30. I had just finished my class and yeah, I was quite inspired. So today in industry class, our guest lecturer said, "Don't be obsessed with white people. They don't give a shit about you." Okay, says the white man himself, whose name I shall not mention. Be your own person and they will respect you. I just realized how much of the imbalances of the past and my experience with white people have affected my thinking and approach. I said to a friend of mine, I need to get so-and-so to prove to myself that I'm worthy, or something along those lines. I am, or was, racist. The mere fact that I had to deprecate myself to prove myself worthy is racist. It's me-cist. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I'm so sorry. And yeah. So in industry class yesterday, this really amazing white guy, he's a filmmaker, came and spoke to us about producing drama. And as we're about to end, I asked a question on like it's pretty much like how to make money in the film industry, especially as a South African filmmaker, because the industry isn't as friendly and as productive as we'd like it to be, but it's growing. And I asked, since we have adapted some of the Shakespeare plays like Macbeth in the past and they've been shown as television series, would one make money off of selling or showcasing those adaptations in the African way in, let's say, the UK? And he's like, bullshit. They won't listen to you. They don't give a shit about what you have to say. The English have colonized a whole lot of Africa, and they're going to be like, this colonial country is trying to be us and trying to, something along those lines. And then he said, don't be obsessed with white people. Be yourself. And I almost didn't go to that class. I'm really glad I did, because I wouldn't have asked that question and then have come with this realization that I have now. Growing up, I went to a very nice school. The school was a private school. It was IEB, and it was a philosophical school. Now, humans aren't perfect, and at the time we had not even reached 15 years of freedom, uh, political freedom, I like to say, because I feel a lot of people aren't mentally emancipated, and I have been one of them until I came to this realization, and I'm going to work on myself. So growing up, I had experienced quite a bit of racism from my Indian peers, and quite a bit of racism from my teachers. Some of them, it was an interracial school. Some of them were white, some of them were black, some of them were Indian. It was just kind of mixed, and there were a lot of Indian kids in the school. Um, um, so I had this one encounter, and this is the only racist encounter that really kind of like shook me. It was from my math teacher, and she said, well, first it was from this white girl in a higher grade than I was, and I had a friend named Rufilwe. She was in a lower grade, and we used to hang out a lot. She was black. She is black, and this other girl said something so racist. So Rufilwe and I went to our math teacher, and we told her. And I was in grade 6 at the time, or grade 5, and Rufilwe was I was in grade 6 at the time. And my math teacher said, well, don't you want to move a grade lower, since you're the only girl in your class? And I was the only black girl in my grade. I was the only black girl in my grade, but I was not the only black person in my grade. There were 3 of us, if I'm not mistaken. 2 boys and 1 girl. And I was also bullied quite a bit by these 2 boys. But it wasn't that bad. We got along, everyone got along, but it was kind of this mean girl setup, which I really didn't enjoy. Realizing it now that I'm older, I see a lot of things that could have been avoided, that weren't right when I was younger. And pretty much what my math teacher was saying is, don't you want to move a grade below, where you have Rufilwe, you have Leon, you have Chili, and a whole lot of other people who are black, then stay there as a girl who is black. I'm in grade 6 at the time. It's August. I'm about to finish, and she's suggesting that I move a grade backwards because I'm the only girl. I don't know if she was coming from a place of compassion, or I don't understand. I was so young, and I still can't understand, but I bumped into her, and she's such a lady filled with love. I bumped into her last year, and she's amazing. But that really hit me. And a lot of my life, I've been finding myself trying to impress people. I'm not talking about race. Trying to impress people by the way I am, like how I talk, who I know, what I know. And it just, what Robbie, the guest lecturer, said yesterday hit me so much that when I was walking home, I was crying the whole way. Because I realized in that moment that I've been a slave. Just because I have natural hair and I talk a lot of bullshit about emancipation that I truly have not known, like complete and perfect emancipation, I have been a slave. And I've been a slave to society. I've been a slave to what happened to my ancestors, to my grandparents, to my mom, and it hasn't been long. It's been 20 years. It's in the blood. It's in the DNA. The mentality has slowly been penetrating my skull. And I've been ignorant enough to ignore that fact, that I need to heal myself. We have this term called born free. For those who were born in the year 94 and forward. And I'm not a freaking born free. I think I'm gonna make it a point that my kids become that. Because in order for my kids to be that, I need to be healed. I need to work myself from the inside and prove to myself that I don't even need, I've been wanting to prove to myself that I'm worthy by who I know and what I get. And it's bullshit. And it cuts me so deep, but I'm so grateful that I've come to that realization. Now I don't have to obsess over such trivial things that really don't better me in any way, that don't better my life. So, yeah. I've been a racist towards myself. I've been a necist. I've been self-deprecating, and I apologize dearly to myself because I deserve the utmost respect and unconditional love. I just deserve that. And for me not to give that to myself is bullshit. So, I really need to reevaluate who I am and what I am and the decisions I make and how I encounter the world. And I'm just really grateful that God has placed me experience and has given me the message through someone so awesome. Yeah. So, that's it.